Hi everyone. In this video I want to let you into a kind of a little email which I got sent, not recently, a wee while ago, from somebody who really doesn't have a clue. Now, before I go anywhere, if you've got any questions, I'm happy to take them. If you're trying to learn photography and you've got any kind of questions about kind of exposure or camera settings, all that kind of stuff, I'm absolutely happy to help. The fact that you're asking means that you're trying to learn, and I'm all about people trying to learn. However, this email which I got recently, or not so much recently, really just kind of annoyed me. Here's what it said. It said, "Hello. My dad gave me a Nikon D3 for my birthday." Ooh, nice birthday present. A D3 is about a £3,000 camera whenever that came out. It's also a super professional camera as well, which obviously if you're spending £3,000 on a camera, you've got to be pretty professional on it. However, he's getting it for his birthday. Lucky kid. And he said he's got one question for me. He can't find the pop-up flash. Can I help? Whew, how do I reply to that? There is no pop-up flash on the D3. It's a professional camera, a super professional camera, and it's not expected to have a pop-up on it. It doesn't really have the space. It's got a much bigger eyepiece for you to look through. It's really meant for you to put an SB900 on the top, or a kind of some other radio trigger device on top for you to trigger off studio flashes or flashes which are away from your camera, not your pop-up flash. What annoys me about this is that somebody has been given something which is so expensive, so professional, so good at what it does, but yet they can't understand the absolute basics of what the camera is, and they're looking for a pop-up flash. What I will say is I do use my pop-up flash on my Nikon D700 all the time, but I'm using that as a commander, not just to take photos with flash. Then he also has a second question. He says, "Oh yeah, and why when I take pictures in M mode, my pictures are coming out pitch black?" Now, considering this is the person that can't find the pop-up flash on his Nikon D3, there really isn't going to be a simple answer for why his pictures are coming out black. Has he still got the lens cap on? Has he even attached a lens? Has he changed any of the settings so that he can actually get an exposure? Is he shooting in a dark room? This isn't really a question which can actually be answered very well. Then he goes on, he's looking for a filter for his lenses and what brand to use. Is Hoya okay? Hoya is absolutely fine, but again, I don't know what lenses you have, and also it looks like you can't work your camera, so having a filter for it probably isn't really going to help you in any way whatsoever. So my reply to him was like, is this a joke? I thought it was a wind-up email. I thought it was somebody kind of just taking the absolute mickey out of me and just kind of wasting my time. So I said, is this a joke? Surely you understand that Nikon D3 doesn't have a pop-up flash. Anyway, he sent a torrent of abuse back to me, so I was like, okay, block, nice and easy there. So what I'm trying to get on about here is, the camera really doesn't make the photographer. Many of you already know that, and that's a stated fact with many people. The camera can help the photographer get certain photos, but to be a photographer, you really need to have it in your eye and have it in the want to know and learn and develop your own skill. The amount of people which I have been speaking to or have had emails from, they're all saying that they're doing it in school and they're finding school very uneducating, or they're not learning anything about photography, and so many people are self-teaching and YouTubing and interneting and just getting their information that they need by themselves. This self-teaching, this unofficial educational system that has been created thanks to the internet, is a wonderful, wonderful thing. So any of you out there that have got the smallest, cheapest little camera, do not think that you can't get amazing photos with this. Okay, maybe not with your iPhone. Actually, no, the iPhone can do pretty good stuff. But maybe with like your little point and shoot. But if you've got a digital SLR, a DSLR, digital SLR, you can pretty much take any photo you want. All it takes is a bit of lighting, bit of creativity, bit of thought, bit of pre-planning and preparation, which is kind of the same thing. And you will be able to make any photo you want. All you need to do is put in effort and learn what you want to learn. School might be asking you to learn certain things, like, oh, you have to learn portrait photography. You might be going, I just want to take landscapes, or I just want to do macro. Just go out and do landscapes and just do macro if that's what you want to do. But what to do is when you're doing it, look at the best macro photographers, look at the best landscape photographers. Don't just do what your school is telling you to do. And finally, if your dad gives you a D3, a Nikon D3, a £3,000 professional camera, and you can't find the pop-up flash, don't go online and send an email to me. Ask your dad, who has just given you a camera. Some people just clearly have more money than sense, more money than knowledge, more money than time that they've got to spend with themselves trying to learn simple things. Not just about settings, but just about what their camera is. So anyway, this to you guys is go out there, do your best shots. Prepare, think about them. Don't take snapshots. Anyone can take snapshots. Don't take a photo from a standing position of a swan in a pond. Don't take pictures of your dog from standing above looking at your dog. Go out and try and get something creative and interesting that is actually an amazing photo. It can be a location, it can be an animal, it can be a person, it can be an object, like a pair of shoes, something like that. But think about what you're going to do about it before you post it online and claim it and copyright it and watermark it. Make sure it's your best stuff. That's all. Bye bye.